Good morning. Good morning, uh, Sylvie. Good to see you again this morning. Um, I was trying to see if you could hear me before, but I hadn't gone live yet. And so I'll ask you now. Can you hear what I'm saying? I'm hoping send out some invitations to see if we can get some more people on this week. We had good response last week, and a lot of people on, a lot of new people. So I'm hoping we're going to get some more new people on today. But we'll see as we go forward. Okay, got about 2 minutes before we go live. I'll post that in there. If you can hear me, give me a post back, thumbs up or something, since you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can because we've done this before, and I want to make sure that, but I want to make sure that you didn't hit a wrong button or something. I'm here in Virginia, and we have had an interesting week. We've had a major forest fire, lots of smoke, no real structural damage, but a lot of smoke, and nobody really got hurt. But yesterday we had major rainstorm. Over 3 inches of rain hit the fire, and it looks like they're getting to the point where they're getting it under control. But a lot of damage in the national forest. Okay, well I guess you can hear me, so that's good. um, we got another minute or two. Let me say welcome to everyone who's here on all our different platforms. We're excited about our nonprofit program. Um, and we'd love for every one of you to get involved with us because this is an unbelievably good program. As we go through it, you're going to see exactly what it is, how it works, and that sort of thing. And at the end, I'll leave my email address for you, and we will answer any question. I'm not going to do it on the call today because I want to respect your time and try to keep this to 20 minutes to a half an hour so that um, you can get on with your day, but also give you the information that you need. And we will, like I say, I will answer any questions that you come up with through the course of the presentation. So, but we're getting fairly close here now. And appreciate the comments that you can hear me. That's real important. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Well, let me start off by saying, um, like the main poster there says, "Happy Thanksgiving." Um, we have so many things that we can be thankful for, and we pause to say thanks, and especially to God for His blessings on on each one of us, and bringing us to this point right now. Even just giving us life, but whatever your situation is, this is a great time to just pause and give thanks for everything that you've been given or have or whatever, and look at the positive and hopefully not the negative. So anyhow, let's move forward, and let me pull up my PowerPoint here. Give me a second. All right. So first of all, this is Avazoo. We're the home of the $1 Billion Raffle, but we're going to be talking about our nonprofit program today. Not so much, I mean, the raffle is important, but the main focus of what we're doing and why we're doing is we want to raise money for charities and nonprofits and GMOs around the world, so that we can help you in your time of need. So we'll start by saying what are some of the most difficult problems that nonprofits face today? Well, it doesn't go very long before this point's going to come up. Money. There's just not enough money to fund all the worthy projects. You've got these things that you're trying to do, and you have to spread things. So we can only give so much here and so much here because the money's not there to do everything that you'd like to do. Volunteers. Getting your projects done. Usually about 20% of your membership does 80% of the work. If you had more volunteers, you could get more done. Financial supporters. Obviously, both of those things would be handled very nicely if you had more financial supporters. What about better fundraising programs? You have some good ones, but sometimes it's just one-time gifts. Once that fundraising program is over, the gifts disappear. So what about if you had some fundraising programs that give you more than just one-time gifts? Sources of major donations. Sometimes you never think of this, but what about if there's a major thing come up and you needed $100,000 or $50,000? Do you have a way to get to it, and do you know how you would get to it? That's not an easy thing to do. And so, do you know how would you get $50,000 in maybe a larger organization? $50,000 be easy, but smaller organizations, that's a huge problem. So, do you know where you would get major donations? How about exposure to your organization? The more exposure, the more people know about your organization, some of these problems will start to disappear because more people will join, which will mean more financial supporters, give you more ideas for fundraising programs, and bottom line is you'll get more money from that. So let me ask you a question. Has your organization ever used a raffle to raise money? As we looked to see what was going to be the best way to raise money for the raffle that we're doing, the main thing, the biggest thing that came up was a lottery, because lotteries have a lot of interesting features, but they have lots of negatives. But if you look at raffles, kind of like a church raffle, where let's say you have a bake sale at a church, and at the end of the bake sale, you raffle off the cakes. How about an organization, and during the organization you sell tickets for a 50-50 drawing? They go into a pot, and at the end of the meeting they pull out one ticket. Half of the money goes to that person who owns that ticket. The other half goes to the organization. Basically, it's ways to raise extra money for your organization in a fun and easy way. Like I say, it's kind of like a church raffle. And most churches, if you're honest, you've done some sort of a raffle. So what was the true reason that we picked the raffle to raise the money for this cause? Well, first of all, we don't believe in gambling, but we wanted the excitement of a lottery, just without the negative aspects. And I'll go into some of those negative aspects, but basically people spend a lot of money on tickets to try to win that big prize. So the raffle is just a means to an end, just like a 50-50 drawing. It's extra money, trying to get to the point where you get that extra money so you can do those special projects. But everybody knows as the prize gets bigger, people spend more money trying to win it. We don't want people, going broke trying to win our prize. So, but we do know that if the prize gets bigger, they'll at least get involved. So we made ours really big. And like I say, it's been big. It's $1 billion for the first place winner. And when you think about it, we'll get into this a little bit too. Second place is $1 million. So we're going to make 100 people, our 100 organizations or people millionaires through this raffle. So it's huge. The odds of winning a lottery are just downright awful. Millions to one usually. So we made ours big enough, just 1 in 3. So there's a 1 in 3 chance that every ticket that's sold or given away is going to win a cash prize. Now, it may not be very big, but there's something about winning something that just makes it special. And so there's a 1 in 3 chance of winning a cash prize. So the odds are just so much better than they are with a lottery. Also, nobody can purchase more than 1 ticket. So usually in a lottery situation, the person who can buy the most tickets has the best chance of winning. And we're only going to sell 50 million tickets. So we're not out there selling millions and millions and millions of more tickets, hundreds of millions of tickets, just 50. But people can only purchase 1. But even at that rate, they're going to sell out very quickly, even at 1 per person. So, but here's the key. Of the funds that are raised for the raffle, through the raffle, 70% goes into a separate escrow account for prizes and donations. That's important because we don't touch that money. That goes into that separate account, and eventually it's given to a philanthropy board who then determines how to allocate the money. But this allows Avazoo to be the ATM machine for disaster relief and charities around the world, which is our ultimate goal. But we're going to, again, our ultimate goal is to help you. We want to help you, but it's not just with money. We want to help you in a number of different ways, and let me show you how. First of all, we're going to give you some immediate help. We're going to give you free tickets to the raffle. Yep, that's right, free tickets to the raffle. How many you get depends on the size of your organization. You can use them in your current fundraising programs, or we'll help you create a new one. I'm going to say this now, and I'll clarify this a little bit later, but you can't sell them individually. But you can attach them to something that can be sold. For instance, let's say you're at a golf tournament, and you're going to raffle off a dozen golf balls. Let's say they have a value of $30. So you say, okay, we're going to raffle off this dozen golf balls. The value of this is about $30, but it's going to have a ticket to the $1 billion raffle attached to it, which is going to make it so much more valuable. So instead of starting this bidding off at 30, we're going to start this off at $100. And you take that bidding, and whatever you get, any money that you raise by doing that is yours to keep. We're not looking for anything from you on these raffles. That money is yours. You use it in a way to get to raise some additional money, like we said before, to help you with your causes. In addition, you're also going to get a free ticket for your organization with a referral code. And I'll get into the referral code a little later, why that's important. But for the time being, let me show you the packages that we have. Right now, these are 5. You see 5 of them here. They're all the same, just based on different numbers in there. Our most popular one is package C. And that's the one where annual donations are $500,000 plus. They're in 25 to 50 countries. They have a lot of social media presence. They have a website, and for that, we're going to give them 1,500 free tickets. That's a value of $30,000. Now, you're not going to get all 1,500 at the same time. We're going to 20% at a time, which means in this case, you're going to get 300. And as you use those 300, we'll give you 300 more, and then 300 more after that, and that sort of thing. And so we'll work with you on this to make sure that you get all 1,500 of your tickets. and we'll work with you to determine what's going to be the best way to distribute those. But you may be looking at these packages, and you may be looking at package A and say, "Wow, we don't even qualify for package A." And so, where do we come in? How do you help us? Well, that became a continual problem, and so we had to develop a sixth program, which is called our Avazoo Community Nonprofit Program. So, what is it? It's a program for community nonprofit organizations around the world who don't qualify as a major nonprofit. You don't meet those qualifications that we set up. But we also know that you guys are doing a great job. You're doing incredible work in your community, vitally important to it. And so we figured we'd create this special program so you won't be left behind. And so there's two qualifications to find out if you can qualify for this program. And they're very simple. The first one is you must be fully operational and established in business for at least 1 year with proof of tax filings, or a minimum of 2 years without tax filings. Very simple. The second one is you must receive at least $10,000 in annual donations. We just want to make sure that you're a legitimate nonprofit organization. And if you are, we want to help you. We know there's a lot of scams out there, and we want to eliminate the scams and just really work with the good nonprofits that are out there doing good community service. So, but that doesn't stop there. We have a number of other things. First of all, I'm sorry. Let me back up a second. What do you get for if you're involved in the nonprofit program? First of all, we're going to give you 100 free promotional tickets, valued at $2,000, and again, 20% increments, just like the others. But if you do a good job with those, we can issue up to 1,000. So it's up to you. They're there for you to use them. If you use them in a good way, we'll be happy to do that for you. The Avazoo Nonprofit Program is here to be a lifeline for you. But this is just the beginning. It doesn't stop there. There's a way now that we can help you in a big way. How would you like to be rewarded if any of the tickets that your organization gives away or sells turns out to be one of the winners of one of the top 4 prizes? Well, you might be asking, well, what are the top 4 prizes? Well, let me show you. 4th place is $100,000, 500 of those. 3rd place is $500,000 and 100 of those. 2nd place is $1 million, 100 of those, and obviously the top prize is the $1 billion. So there's 701 prizes here that if any of the tickets that you give away or sell turns out to be one of those winners, you're going to get a reward. And here's what you're going to get. If your organization gives away the 4th place $100,000 ticket, we're going to give you $25,000. $25,000. That's a huge amount of money, but that's just the beginning in this program. And you might say, is it just one? No, you might give away 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 10. However many you give away, you get $25,000 for each one. And the same goes for the rest of them. And the 3rd place winning ticket is $500,000. If you give away any of those, you're going to get $50,000. If you happen to give any of the $1 million tickets away, you're going to get $100,000. And you're probably saying, well, I imagine we're going to get $1 million if we give away the $1 billion ticket. Well, yes and no. It's even better than that. Give away the $1 billion ticket, you're going to get $5 million for your organization. Put your dreaming caps on. You're saying, well, what are the chances we're going to win one of those? Well, it's a lot better than you think. And the more work you put in, the more you promote our raffle, the better your chances of winning one of those top 700 prizes. Because we have something called free entries. And let me just tell you what a free entry is just to start with, and then I'll explain how that works. Every ticket that's purchased has a number. And we have an app that turns greed into good deeds in a lot of ways that people can get free entries. But I'm going to show you how you can work this to your benefit too. The app gives people an opportunity to get free entries. Oh, let me back up. A free entry Like I said, each ticket has a number on it. And the free entry is the same number as the original ticket. And it's in the hopper multiple times, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of times, which increases the probability that one of your tickets is going to be the one pulled out for one of the big prizes, or maybe more than one. Well, it can't be more than one because you only get one prize. But you can actually win more prizes, but you forfeit the lower level prizes, and you always get the bigger prize. But for the sake of argument now, um, we're trying to turn the greed of people trying to have more opportunities to win those big prizes into good deeds. So here's how it benefits you. We talked about volunteers before. You've got tickets you've given. Let's say you've given away 1,000 free tickets, and most of the people are in your area. You contact us and say, hey, we have this project coming up and we'd like to give away free entries to anybody who helps us. We'll work with you, we'll determine what's going to be a good number that we can give those people. And then you can start advertising. Let's say it's 50. Anyone who comes helps us with this project, if you already have a ticket, we're going to give you 50 free entries, which is going to increase the probability that that ticket's going to be pulled. And so now you have an opportunity to turn the 80-20 rule around and maybe get 80% of your people out there helping you with your projects. It's going to make life better for everybody. So again, we're turning greed into good deeds, and you can benefit from this in a big way yourself by just allowing that to happen. So how else does it help your organization? Even after the raffle, what we're going to do is we're going to put your organization and a link to your website on our website as one of the organizations that can benefit from the $3 billion that are raised for charity. You're going to be ahead of the game because we've already vetted you. We know that you're a legitimate organization, and you are, in line now. When you have a project that you'd like some money for, you can put in a request. And we don't control that. The philanthropy board does, but they will look at it and they'll determine, if your request is worthy of receiving something. That's simple. But the bottom line is you're going to be able to be ahead of any of the new organizations who would have to go through the vetting process. We need to know what they're doing and have to be go through it. And but you've already done it, so you're ahead of the game. So, and again, now this is just the first raffle, and we eventually plan to have one per month. So that $3 billion that we raised for this raffle is going to be duplicated over and over and over again until we get to the 12th raffle. We call that our D-Day raffle. Well, what makes that one different? Well, the big difference on that one is instead of the top prize being $1 billion, the top prize in the D-Day raffle is $5 billion. Can you imagine the frenzy with people with an opportunity now to win $5 billion? I mean, it's going to go absolutely crazy. And well, you might be saying, well, there's got to be some sort of a cost, right? Well, we've been saying all along that it doesn't cost you anything, so I'm going to reiterate it here. It is zero. We're going to do this gladly at no cost to you. Our famous saying is, we're not looking to take money from you. We're looking to make money for you. So if you take advantage of our program, we're going to be there for you. We want to help you. We want to do this because that's our bottom line. That's our goal is to help charities and disaster relief victims around the world. But you may ask, well, why are you doing this? Well, it's very simple. We need just a little bit of help from you. First of all, we want you to spread the word about the raffle, particularly to your international tickets or contacts where tickets can be sold. I mentioned before that you can't sell the tickets, the free tickets that you get, but you can attach them to something that can. Well, technically, that's only if you're in a country that where the tickets cannot be sold. You can sell your tickets if you are in a country where tickets can be sold. But we put that out there so that people will realize that we're trying to help you raise money, and rather than sell the ticket, attach it to something else, which is going to increase the value of the ticket, and then go from there. So, but we want you to advertise and spread the word in international contacts where tickets can be sold. And you can do this through a number of ways: newsletters, social media posts, any way that you communicate with your mailing list. Also, put the information about the raffle on your website. Let them know that you're involved with this and that you are one of the organizations that sponsors this raffle. Bottom line is we want to thank you, and we also want to help you with your fundraising. So, having said all this, what's next? What do you do next? First of all, if I haven't already convinced you, and I hope I have, do your due diligence. Do a Google search, and check out our Avazoo channel. You'll see that we've been at this for some time. But we are now officially moving and selling tickets, and we're getting closer and closer to the point where the raffle is going to take place. But once you have done your due diligence, or even if you haven't at this point in time, go to our website, which is avazoo.com/nonprofit. There you're going to find a registration form that you'll fill out. It's an application. It tells us more about your organization, so we can go through the vetting process with you and determine, first of all, if you qualify, and if you do, how many tickets you're going to get. So then you'll see what package level you're going to qualify for, and the promotional tickets that you'll get. Once you have that, then we'll work with you. One of our staff will assist you in getting started. What's the procedure? How do you get the tickets? What do you do with them when you get them, and so forth? And they'll help you with that, and they'll help you to either put them into your current fundraising programs and get started. But there's a caveat here. This is not an unlimited program. We have millions of tickets, promotional tickets allocated, but they're not unlimited. This program ends when the last of those allocated tickets is given away. So don't delay. Remember, this is a win-win situation for everybody. Nobody loses with this. The person who has a ticket wins, you guys win, Avazoo wins, and people around the world who are in need of help, they win as well. So don't delay, jump in, get involved with us, fill out that application, let us help you get going. Also, let other charities know about this program and have them join us for our presentation. Let me back up and tell you why. One thing I forgot to mention again, that the ticket that you get is going to have a referral code. So if you refer somebody with a ticket or an organization and they happen to win one of the big prizes, you're the beneficiary of having given away or sold that ticket. So if you get other organizations to join us, they'll join us based on your referral code. So it's important that you get in and help us. And by helping us, we can help you. And like I said before, I'm going to put my email address on here. Oops, hang on. I just lost it. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. My contact is jim@avazoo.com. Jim@avazoo.com, very simple. So if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, feel free to send send an email to me, and I'll be happy to respond. Maybe one of these times, instead of just doing the presentation, I'll gather all the questions that have been asked, and we'll do a question and answer session. So with that being said, like I said, I want to be cognizant of your time, to keep it to a half hour at best, and we'll go ahead and say thanks for joining me today, and God bless. So